sequences with formulas, and they just want to do this. You just have to remember, we talked about this before. You have this, right? You have sequences down, correct?
Yes.
In sequence formulas, the most important thing to remember that when you see the letter N stands for the number of the term. And the letter A stands for what term you're talking about. The book says the value of the term. And probably the best way to think about it is to look at this. If your sequence is this, 6, 12, 18, 24, what's my next one? I'm getting ahead of myself here. 30. Okay. The letter A, I'm sorry, no, the letter N, cross this out, is what term you're talking about. In other words, this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, fourth term, the fifth term. And the letter A, I should say this is what term's value it is. Okay. This is the letter A, what you get when you get to that term there. Okay, and if I were writing a formula for this thing, first term, second term, what would it be? Well, A to any term would equal, what do I have to do to the letter N always to get the value down here? What am I doing every time? Well, no. I'm adding 6 to the next A, but I'm saying if I knew the N, what do I do to the N to get this term? Every one of them, what is it every time? Times 6. So my formula is this. Here's your formula. 6 times whatever term it is gives you the value of whatever term you're talking about. Okay, that's kind of the gist of the way it works. Because they're going to give you a formula. I guess don't overthink this a lot. They're going to, for example, this formula here. Find the, I don't know, 12th term of this formula. A sub n equals 3n. Okay. If you were substituting things in the way you probably should be, you would put 12 in for the letter n. So you'd read it like this. The value of the 12th term equals whatever 3 times 12 is, which is 36. That technically would be the way you would write that. The letter A is like your unknown when you solve for x kind of thing. Or another example would be, how about this one? What if your formula was A to the n equals 2 to the nth power? And I asked you to find the, I don't want to go too high, do I? Find the 4th term. Well, you'd write it like this. The 4th term, the value of the 4th term is 2 to the 4th power. And 2 to the 4th power would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. The 4th. Just remember these, anytime you see super or subscripts like this, they're not really mathematical things. You're not going to work with this for. It's not going to have your add for it or something. It's more to clarify what the variable is you're talking about than it is anything else. Did they ask us to write one of these maybe? Oh, here's a good one. Check this one out. Here's a formula they give us. A to the n equals n to the n minus 1 all over, is it 2? You looking at the same place I am, Jeremy? And what that is, it shows a little, it gives a little diagram that looks like this, like bowling pins. You're doing a pyramid thing.
minuses plus 1.
Yeah, right, plus and then do it. So your first one is 1, your second term is 3, your third term is 6, your fourth term is, what's that, 10? Is that a bowling alley, or there are 10 pins of bowling? Okay, this formula will give you these results. If you put in, if you wanted, what's it say, the 8th one? If you're going for the 8th term, it would look like this.
This is the 10.
Oh, let's go 10, but they already did the 10th on the board. But 8 of the 10th term is going to equal 10 times 10 plus 1, all divided by 2. Now what do you have to do first there? Yeah, you gotta do the parenthesis first. You get 10 times 11 divided by 2. Now it doesn't matter what you do, you could cut 10 in half and get 5. So you would need 55 bowling pins when you get to the 10th one over there. Is there another way to do that? What would be your formula? If you went from 1 to 3, that's plus 2, right? 3 to 6 is plus 3, right? 6 to 10 is plus 4. So the next one would probably be plus 5 and give you 15, and then plus 6 and give you 21. Everybody else getting bored? I'm getting kind of bored. It's just me.